My people. I wish we stopped crying about this motherfucking EBT card. At the end of the day, they trying to see is we gonna stick together. And we are gonna stick together. Fucking November 3rd at 6:30, we're going to Walmart. We're going to fucking Walmart. And at 7:30, we're gonna walk out of Walmart with our fucking buggies. Okay? The thing is, they can catch everybody. You feel me? All you gotta do is run, Forrest, run. Okay? We have to stick to fucking together. It don't even matter. As long as we gonna have everything we need for Thanksgiving, that's all that fucking matters, bitch. Run, Forrest, run. Remember, put it in your calendar. November 3rd, 6:30 to 7:30. You better be running up that motherfucking my people. I wish we stopped crying
Welcome.
about this motherfucking.
Well, I hear her. I'm like, she's so grotesque. Welcome to the JJ Carroll Show. November 3rd. I already had this discussion with my wife. I said, sweetheart, November 3rd, if you don't have to go anywhere, let's not even try. Let's definitely go nowhere near black communities or white trash communities. Don't go anywhere near them because you hear it. And this is all over social media. I could have played you 1,000 videos of some angry, and she was fairly not fat black woman screaming about her not getting 20,000 calories a day to maintain their physique and to steal thousands of dollars worth of food from Walmart. And why, as someone that worked his ass off to get to a neighborhood and a community that I live in, and other people like me, their first response go, well, let them loot their own Walmarts. But the problem with that is those Walmarts, those chain grocery stores, those chain service stations, they're a chain. So all of those losses get sucked up into the corporate office, and their profit and loss is upside down. So what are they going to do? Well, they're going to raise prices in your neighborhood for the savages that stole everything. And I'm being kind when I'm saying savages. Could you imagine if that woman with multiple gold piercings, I might add, maybe she could sell some of those nose rings. Her fingernails are done. Her hair extensions are in. Her long eyelashes are in. Maybe if we forego those, maybe you could buy some MF and food. But think about if the savages, took 10% of that energy and focused on getting a job. They don't have to worry about EBT. EBT. Where's the shame? Where's any of the shame? In our communities and society, in our culture, shame is the missing element in our human characteristics, in our human interactions. There is no shame. Oh, I sleep with a bunch of men and got pregnant. I don't even know who the father is. I'm a single mom. I got 5 kids, five different women, 5 different men. No shame. I'm on EBT. Yeah, I got it. My EBT card. $4,000 on that MFer. $4,000. Some of these women on EBT, we just need to put a feeding trough like a horse. Just feed them oats, for God's sake. Let them go graze somewhere instead of on. Why do they have EBT cards? Why is it that easy for them? We should make it hard for them. Like, you got to go run a mile. You got to do sit-ups and push-ups. And then at the end, if you don't die, I'll give you an EBT card. And on that, it's going to have meat, vegetables, and water. No more soda for you. No more bags of Pringles and mini muffins. No more steak and lobster, as you guys like to say, that you're going to eat on the backs of working white men. No, you get nothing, sweetheart. In fact, if anything, I will give you Ozempic. industrial size Ozempic. Like you're going to take not the normal 1 milligram. We're going to give you like a shot like you're an elephant. It's going to be tranquilizer Ozempic. Hell, that's cheaper. Can you imagine what these people cost us medical? Can you even fathom the medical cost on that? And some of these wildebeest have like 7 kids. They're 400 pounds. Every time I see that, I ask a very simple question. I don't care how crude it is. Who is having sex with that? Honestly, I'm just asking an honest question as a red-blooded American man. Who is laying down and having sex with that? And think, on top of having sex with that, that it's a great idea to have a child with her. Hey, dear God. No filter, no fear. That's the name. Those are the words on my intro coming in. Why do I need a filter to speak the truth? Why do I need to be afraid to just state the obvious? It's not like I'm digging around trying to find something to like talk about. I mean, you just get on X or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. Hell, just go look at normal news and listen to watch the people they interview. They're 800 pounds. They're freaking wildebeest. They have carts filled with food. Their bill is in the thousands. I don't have $1,000 grocery bill. I don't get to allocate $2,000 a month for food in my house. They do. They get up to $4,000 to $5,000. Who's okayed this? I want it all ended. I want all EBT SNAP. I want it stopped tomorrow. You want to know how they can go and get fed? Well, they can get their fat ass up and work. You know the fastest way to get fat asses up off the sofa and waddling? You know how you do that? Is you say, you've already eaten everything. There's nothing for you. Oh, you're going to go rob? Okay, now I'm going to throw your fat ass in jail. And I'm going to give you a diet food. You're going to get like some parsley and some water and a little napkin to dab on your face. Why are we not doing this? Because we live in a world that is enlightened. And enlightened means soft, means intellectually perverse. History's shown this. It means sexually perverse. It means we have so much, don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, we don't have a lot. Now we got to start pulling it back. Oh, no. See, the savages are used to having everything and they blame you for not having everything. And then we got to give them to fill that void. And then we start taking it back because we don't have any more money. Oh, then that's when the war starts, see? Then that starts where all you gutless, white, crazy-ass Karens, you childless weirdos, you're going to get your comeuppance. Because you're going to go down and you're going to hang out with your people that you're trying to help, and they're going to rape and pillage you. And men like me are going to do nothing. We're going to watch, and we're actually, in a very perverse way, we're going to enjoy it. Because you're worthless. You are the problem. What does it look like? Do I need to like sit here and kind of paint a picture for my audience? Like, this is what it will look like on November 3rd. This is what it will look like if the black mobs go into our stores. This is what it will look like. No, you see, I don't have to conjure up images. I just have to, in my show prep, figure out which few videos out of thousands of videos, individual stores, businesses being destroyed by blacks. And I'm going to show you one right after George Floyd. This is what your Walmart is going to look like on November 3rd. Play this, Nick. CBS News. You know how bad it is that CBS News plays it? I didn't see any work clothes or work boots being stolen. Did you? See anybody stealing like saws and like tools? Saw someone leaving with like an 80-inch TV, some clothes, some DVDs, jewelry, whatever the hell they can, that's not bolted down. If that doesn't piss you off, then you are the problem. Do you think that Walmart, which is a gazillion-dollar business, is just going to take in the shorts? They're going to do one or two things, or a couple altogether. One, they are going to systematically close down their ghetto stores, which they do. Just close them down because there's more theft than profit. And then as they lose that money, they're going to shift those costs, those losses, onto the white neighborhoods, the civilized neighborhoods, the neighborhoods that have professional blacks, Hispanics, whites, or all white neighborhoods. They're going to raise all the prices without you knowing it until your monthly grocery bill is $400 more. And you're like, wait a minute, what's happened? Sweetheart, why did we spend $1,200 this month on food and our normal grocery bills is like $750, which is grotesque. Now we're at 12. Honey, I don't know. I bought the same thing. We buy the same things every month. Oh, we just had the EBT riots. I understand. So all the blacks came and stole everything. And now we, the suckers, have to pay for it. So you're not pissed off? Here's another video. Hell, I'm telling you, I have a catalog of thousands of these. This is blacks just going into a convenience store and just taking. Go ahead and watch this.
Oh my God! Oh my God! They still it! Y'all not balls. Y'all ain't gonna leave out with it. I paid for this shit. This is outrageous. They all just stealing.
That shit not cute. Y'all got mom and dad.
Dirty as shit.
That's not cute.
On top of the theft, how do people communicate that are so uneducated? And I've talked to my friends about this. I've listened to people that I respect, like Thomas Sowell, etc. write articles. I listen to black commentators that I really respect. And they all say the same thing. The dumber, the more ignorant, the complete lack of syntax, the complete lack of grammatically correct verbiage, terms, the dumber, the more grotesquely stupid you can sound, the more you are championed in that community. I saw boys in there as young as my son. I had this conversation with my Joseph. I said, we're driving down. This was about 2 days ago. We're just driving down because he had one of his friends got caught doing something stupid. Not really his friend, just acquaintance in school got caught doing something stupid. And I told him, you're never going to be around that kid, number one. And if you are, you and I are going to have a problem together. I said, but if you ever, and he sees these videos, I said, if you ever behave like an animal like that, and you steal from some man's store that worked his ass off to franchise and buy the franchise and front probably hundreds of thousands of dollars in food in just even a small store, and you go and you just take from him, you steal from him, I'm not only going to beat your ass, son, but you're going to work for that man for at least a month for free. Every single day after school, I'm picking you up and I'm driving you to his store, and you're going to work for him for free. And then I'm going to beat your ass some more. My son won't do that because he has a healthy fear of his father. I showed you at least 20, 30 black men, young men. Statistically, if there were 30, there were 29 without a father. I repeat that. Statistically, out of 30 men, 28, I'll be generous, 28 to 29 have no father. 2 have a father. As a black community, you can look and you could be angry at the government, the LBJ, Lyndon Baines Johnson, who was a stone cold racist and helped destroy the black family. This isn't what it used to always be like. Let's make sure that we're very clear on this too. This black degradation, this black violence, this black immorality, this is an anomaly. This isn't how it was. The 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. This wasn't like this. It started happening in the 80s and bled into the 90s. Then we had the full-on ghetto, the ghettoization of Black America. You used to have black families had as strong a family unit as whites. Black schools did as well or better than whites. There was black entrepreneurship. There weren't black illegitimate childbirths. That was shamed. You didn't have that. You didn't have men not working. What we're living in today is not always been this way. This is the anomaly. This is a lie. Well, it's always been this way, JJ. Blacks have been absolutely, utterly violent against whites, and they steal and rape and pillage. No, they haven't. That's racist to say they've always been this way. No. Do you think the white race who has crime, rape, pedophilia, addiction to porn, laziness, do you think it's always been that way for us? No. You go back to Great Depression, people were embarrassed to be in the bread lines. People were embarrassed to be in soup lines. People were embarrassed to get money in food stamps. Now it's celebrated. Now it's okay to be a whore and have multiple children in the white community. America has fallen as a culture. There's no way to argue with me and say, no, we're good. No, we're not. I'm looking at what I'm going to talk about later in the show. 34-week abortions. So we're clear, the very end of the pregnancy is pushing up at 40 weeks, and everyone's freaking out like, damn, when's this baby coming? At 34 weeks, 6 weeks prior, we're going to shut the baby's head and kill it. If the baby somehow miraculously lives out of the abortion, then I'm going to decide that that little baby that has a little penis is actually a girl. I can tell. So I'm going to castrate the baby, and we'll just create a fake vagina, and we'll raise it as a girl. You're going to have this, you're going to push back on me on that America is moral and righteous as it's always been? You're really going to have that argument with me? We have drag queens, men dressed as women with devil horns reading to our children in libraries and schools. We have little kids, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth graders going to their library, picking out books describing how gay boys can give each other oral and anal sex. Descriptive pictures. We have teachers that are transitioning children without telling their parents, and governments are saying that's okay. So you're going to have this discussion with me. You're going to have this argument that I'm blackpilling, that I'm the one that's crazy. Look, I will be very forthcoming and say there are times when I'm show prepping and I'm writing books and I'm going to give speeches that I stop because I feel overwhelmed and I feel a sense of, I think, am I losing my mind? And if you're a rational, intelligent, honest person, you have to ask yourself, am I crazy? So I will pick up my phone and I will call. I have a handful of friends that I really respect that don't BS me. They just tell me straight, you suck. Your shows are great. The last one sucked, whatever. Like they just tell me. And I'll call them every couple months and say, hey man, am I going crazy? Or the things I'm talking about, does it resonate? Like, am I seeing this clearly? And they're like, yeah, man, what you're talking about is so insane, but it is so true. I'm witnessing it in my life. I'm seeing it all around me. I'm living it with my kids in their schools. I don't have any take joy showing you blacks destroying Walmarts and grocery stores. I would love to be having a commentary on, hey, 50% of blacks and 50% of whites got off a WIC and SNAP. There's like a revolution in cultural norms and morality in America. Everyone is like, I don't want to have free stuff. I want to work. I would be showing you video after video after video of people saying, look, I changed my ways. Look, I feel so much better. There are none. Do you understand me? There are no videos of that. They're videos of, I'm going to steal, and if you white people get in my way, I'm going to kill you white people. And the white people say, okay, let's all just turn the other cheek. That's what the gay Jesus would want. He would want us to turn the other cheek and let's just mind our own business. I know that our grocery bill went up 75% the last 3 months and we're struggling. But as long as we don't offend the black people or the white trash or the illegal aliens that are pillaging and raping our society, it's all going to be okay. I'm never going to be that guy. I'm just not built that way. I don't care. I don't care if my show grows to 2 million people and I'm at the top or I have 2,000 a night. I'm not changing. Just not going to change. This is who I am. Screw it. That's my whole mentality. Screw it. I don't care. I really don't. I'm going to die eventually, but I'm going to die standing up and I'm going to die as a man that has morals and values and beliefs. And I'm not going to kowtow to any of you mental patients. I'm not going to do it. Never to you racist, never to you white haters, never to you demonic, vile Democrats, or you gutless, just gutless, impotent Republicans. Not going to do it. Not. Here's something I want to show you. And this is a great video, just to drive my point home. Listen to this young gentleman threaten all of the foreigners that have stores in black communities. And listen to the resentment he has for them. Go ahead and play this, please, Nick.
Dear foreigners that run corner stores and all of this other shit y'all got out here, from chicken spots to corner stores, restaurants, and all of that. Let me tell y'all motherfuckers something. We the reason we could keep you there or we could get rid of you. You pick a side. Stop trying to come around and stop trying to treat motherfuckers the way y'all want to treat them. And we the motherfuckers that got y'all store popping. It ain't like y'all sell nothing good inside the stores for us. Y'all don't got nothing that can help us with a nutritious value that's inside y'all corner stores. So stop thinking that y'all got us tamed as people. We are never tamed. We know how to respect, because when we disrespect, we get real disrespectful. So be happy that us, your landlord, is letting you rock on our block. Because I'm telling you, if shit get too spooky out here, we gonna eat. My people gonna eat. We gonna eat. So y'all gonna have to close them gates down, because it's our way when we say so. Dear foreign,
We gonna eat. We gonna eat. Do you know what I can't even imagine speaking like that. Me going to eat. We going to eat. My family, we going to eat. What? You're so grotesquely stupid. Do you understand when people, the average normal American, looks and listens to you, we think we're repulsed. We're repulsed. We think that you are a disgusting human being. We think that you're so grotesquely ignorant that it's painful to listen to you speak. You just curse for cursing. I understand curse words are powerful, and they're powerful because you strategically use them throughout months or years. It doesn't become your de facto adjective. But you are right something there, dude. You are untamed. Your community is untamed because you have no men. If you had a father, your father would be beating your ass right now. Your father would be making you make another video apologizing for being a jackass. But you have no fathers. 80% of everyone in the black community is fatherless. 80% has no dad. I don't know the percentage of women with multiple baby fathers, but I believe it to be significant. So this is how it works, the way God's natural order. A man and a woman, and let me be very clear, this was the black family many decades ago. In fact, this was the white family many decades ago. We are now in the epidemic stage of the downfall of our society that blacks were in the 1960s. We just took a little longer to get there, but we're getting there. Hang with us, black people. We're going to be as degenerate as you are real soon. Trust me. So you see, the way God works is he has a man and a woman, and they get married and they have children, and marriage sometimes really sucks. It's hard, but you stay together. You create this nuclear family, and your kids thrive, and they go to school and they behave, and they maybe go to trade school, maybe they go to college, and they become another version of you and get married and have children and have a beautiful life. What we don't do, or we haven't before, but we're getting to your degeneracy, trust me. So I'm not excluding white people, but in general, the black community, Hispanics are now 50%. Hispanics that are mainly Catholic, religious, are now 50% illegitimate, okay? Whites are 25%. So we're just a lesser version of you right now. We'll get there with you. I promise. We're trying. We're doing the best we can to be degenerate, untamed savages like you. We're trying. What God didn't say is, hey, I want you to eat as much food as you can jam in your gullet. I want you the size of like a teenage rhinoceros. Or if you feel compelled, eat enough to be a hippopotamus. And then when you're so grotesquely obese that you can't even waddle, but I want you to be able to be flexible enough to open your legs so a man can have sex with you. And then I want men's to have sex with you. Men's with an S, men's. I want for you to have at least 5 or 6 children by 5 or 6 different men. Because that's going to be the recipe for success. I live in a world of moral decay. I'm a sinner. I'm not self-righteous. But if I would have gotten a girlfriend pregnant out of wedlock, I would not have gone and done it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I'm going to tell you a quick little story. My show prior to this was called Truth with J.J. Carrell. And I was talking about this topic. And I actually was talking about the absolute the violence in Black inner cities. That was the show. Okay. And I didn't know this. I watched this, but I did not see it was like a CBS clip, NBC, CBS local channel in Atlanta. And on the bottom, they were describing the guy that was killed. The Black gentleman, 34 years old, was killed. And when I was show prepping, I heard the story and I downloaded it and I said, okay, this will fit in good with what I'm talking about. And this was about 6 months ago. A Black man got shot for no for no reason, right? Figure it out. No reason on the streets of Atlanta. And when I played it live, I for whatever reason, it caught my eye on the words coming across the bottom. And it said, this guy's name that got killed, father of 22 children. 22 children. He's 34 years old. So he got married when he was 12, and his wife had 22 pregnancies all in a row, and she had a couple months in between. Or this guy started having babies about 18, 19, and he has 22 different baby mamas. This is not an anomaly, people. This is the world we live in. And if we're going to have these honest discussions, and I put this on my bumper coming in, no filter, no fear. If we're going to have these discussions, then I'm going to just have them, and which I am going to have these discussions. You don't have to log in. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to do anything. You just turn me off. I'm going to have these discussions. Very, very few people have had these. I've had these discussions for years, decades. Now I'm just getting to put it on film, if you will. I'm going to have these discussions because it has an impact on me. This is changing the way I live. I can't go to certain airports because Blacks are having massive meltdowns in metropolitan airports, and they're destroying airports, fighting on airplanes, it's November 3rd's coming up. I have to tell my wife what Walmart she's not allowed to go to. What part of town she cannot go anywhere near. We have these discussions. Before any Black person says, well, look, I told you, you guys just focus on us. No. I got to take time out of my busy day to talk about your degeneracy and then make sure my wife and son don't stumble into your shithole neighborhoods where they get killed. So excuse me if I seem pissed off that you are robbing and destroying and raping and pillaging my nation. My nation. See, I pay taxes. I work my ass off. You haven't. You have not paid taxes ever. You are generationally on welfare. You should not be able to vote. You should not have a say in anything. If anything, you should just say thank you and shut your giant pie hole. Put another Twinkie and Ding Dong in there. If you want to support me, my ask is this. Can you please go to either my website at jjcarrell.com, you can be a paid subscriber there, or go to Substack, jjcarrell.substack.com, be a paid subscriber there. That helps me. It allows me to pay my producer, allows me to have, which my goal is to hire a staff of researchers to better dig into what I'm looking at. And I have paywalls behind both of them. I put out videos every day. I put out at least 2 free writings every week and at least 2 or 3 paid, probably more, paid writing article. And I just speak like this. I pick something and I write about it. And it's powerful, direct, and it's engaging, and it's enlightening. I hate to use that word, but I like it. My website is top notch. Go to jjcarrell.com or go to my Substack, become a subscriber on either my website or Substack at jjcarrell.substack.com. And my sponsor of the show is, I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this sponsor. Nick, it's going to be poclink.com. And what I want to promote today is POC 1 Ultra. What is it? I love this thing. I have it here. I go out whenever I leave my home. I have my cell phone, my wallet, of course, the keys to my car. I have a sat phone in my glove box, and then I throw this in my dash, like in my little cup holder. What is this? Look at this. I have big hands, right? But still, this will fit in your pocket. This is a two-way radio. A two-way radio. You get 2 of these radios. Hold on, I'm pulling up something because I want to make sure I have this right. Because I want to always, my sponsors, you get 2 of these for $359. It's a sale right now. $359. They're normally going to go up to $999. What can you do with these? They're encrypted. Meaning, I'm talking to my wife. Nobody can hear me. It's encrypted. It's like my radio in the Border Patrol. It's encrypted. You break into my radio, it's encrypted. You can't hear me unless you have my radio, another radio that's connected to mine. Same thing with this. And it has GPS tracking. I can tell where my wife and my child is. They can know where I'm at if things get bad. I have connectability. I always have connectability. If you think things are not going to get bad, you think things are going to get crazy, you don't think it is, you're a fool. But if anything, how many times have you picked up your cell phone and you're like, dang it, man? Or I go camping, or I go ride my bike, or I go drive across a state and I'm in the middle of nowhere and I don't have any cell coverage. And I'm like, what the freak, man? Got it here. POC 1 Ultra. It's encrypted, it's rugged, it's pocket ready, has GPS. I love this. I love it. I encourage you. Look, you have the poclink.com. You have the link, my special link. You go right there. It takes you right to this. You get the price of $395 for 2 of them. $395, and you get free service. If you wait and it goes to $999, you're going to pay $29 to $65 a radio per year. Now You get your SIM card, you're free, you're ready to rock and roll. Follow the link, go get this. I love it. I don't leave my house. You know, when I always have my cell phone, and I got this. My sat phone from Sat123 is in my glove box for when I travel. This is in my hand with my cell phone. Go to the link that on the screen and support the businesses that support my show. Fast show. We're at 40 minutes, man. I have tons of things to talk about. And I'm looking at what I want to talk about next. And I'm not hesitating. I'm just I'm just gearing myself up to talk about it because I hate it. Like, I hate it. What is it that I hate? I hate abortion. I hate it. Many don't know this, but my wife and I got married later in life, and we adopted our son, Joseph. Born here in America. We got him right at birth. Birth mother, and birth father had the courage to carry him full term and then have the courage to allow a loving mother and father raise their son. And my son is the shining example that you should never, ever consider abortion. Never. Under any circumstances. I don't care. I don't want to hear your cutouts and all. No. No. Mm-mm. My son has affected not only my life and my wife's life, but his cousins, his aunts and uncles, his friends. One day, and I pray for this every day, one day he's going to meet a beautiful young woman, and they're going to get married, and they're going to have children. And his children are going to get married and have children. Look at the lives that I just talked about, like right off the top of my cuff. Not all the other lives that my son is going to have an impact on. If my son was aborted, look at the ripple effect of lost lives that never happened that were going to happen. So when you look at Roe v. Wade and you see that we, America, not the world, just America, has aborted about 63 million children. 63 million children have been murdered. Those 63 million children would have at least got married and had one, right? An average, like the lowest average we would all agree to. But the average really would have been two. So let's go with two. So in one generation, we have 60 million. The second generation, we have 120 million. The third generation would be 360 million. We have in all critical thinking, we have aborted and killed over 300 to 400 million lives. Let me repeat that because it bears repeating. Since Roe v. Wade, if you just do simple, this aborted child lived and he or she got married, had a family, the average was two every time they got married. We're looking at 3, 4, 5, 500 million children, lives that never happened. Do you understand what I'm saying here? How many Picassos? How many Michael Jordans, Michael Jacksons, Princes, Beethovens? How many Steve Jobs? Steve Jobs was adopted. What if his life was snuffed out? You don't think, don't tell me someone else would create the iPhone. You don't know that. You don't know that. One man changed the world. I can read the Bible. I can read anything. I can do my bank. I can do anything I want from my iPhone. One man changed that. One man. How many? What's the probability? Well, honestly, let's say we lost, let's go low end, 300 million lives. 300 million. What's the probability that one of those 300 million would have cured cancer, cured paralysis, cured blindness, created something that we don't even have the intellect to even understand, like an iPhone? An iPhone 20 years ago, that was sci-fi, man. Sci-fi. Abortion is horrific. And now, in New Jersey and Colorado, they're building facilities that will operate and do abortions on children up to 34 weeks. Can you please play this video, Nick? I'm sorry I don't have it numbered for you today. I apologize. I just noticed that. The one where the woman is calling. Yeah. That, before you play it, Nick, you see that baby? Let's stop all the bullshit. Okay? Let's stop all the bullshit. That baby's 34 weeks. That beautiful, soft, shiny, beautiful smelling little baby is 34 weeks. And the evil Democrats, the gutless Republicans, the gutless religious leaders, they want to shunt that baby's brain and kill it. That is evil. And if you think that we are not living in demonic times, you are a complete and utter fool. Play this, Nick.
I'm looking to have an abortion. I'm 34 right now. I am in a pretty desperate situation. My boyfriend is kind of out of the picture now, so I don't really have any support.
An abortion at any stage is actually much safer than delivering a term pregnancy. It's a 4 to 5 day procedure. We do some basic lab work on you and start to dilate your cervix. After that, we do what we call the fetal injection. A needle is inserted through the abdomen and into the fetal heart where lidocaine is injected, and that will completely numb the fetus so there's no pain. And then after that, we inject a medication called digoxin and another medication called KCL into the fetal heart, which will slow and then stop the fetal heartbeat. And then on that 4th day, depending on how your cervix is dilated, we'll break your water, and then we'll give you a medication called misoprostol. Misoprostol will sort of induce contraction and increase the dilation of your cervix. You're going to have contractions and cramping, and then we'll assist you in sort of pushing in the induction and then remove all of the products of conception. You're definitely going to feel discomfort and cramping and a lot of pressure, but we do give you fentanyl and Versed during the procedure. We specialize in later trimester care. Our doctor is very well versed in what he's doing, and he's very good.
So I'm not like a rare situation. Y'all help women this late in pregnancy all the time.
I'm not rare. You help women that are in this situation all the time. And the nurse says, once we're done killing everything, we remove the product of conception. Well, the product of conception is an effing baby. It's a baby. It's a baby. Nick, can you please pull up the X post that just shows that's a 34-week-old baby? Any of you mothers or fathers out there, we held our child when they were born. Your natural reaction is to kill anything and anyone that would ever even think about causing harm to your most precious, gorgeous, God-given gift. You would protect it with your life. Your life becomes meaningless when you hold your child. You understand that your purpose in life has nothing to do with you anymore and everything to do with that child. And yet, the Democrats are passing bills, building facilities, cheering the ability for a woman to kill a baby. Now, let me be very clear here. If you do not think a mother that would kill their baby is not demonically possessed, then you don't understand the world we live in. Satan and his army have taken over the bodies of women in America. I play this clip multiple times on my show prior. Is Tim Walsh in Minnesota, who's a grotesque individual, was surrounded by about 50 women, and he passed a 34-week extended pregnancy abortion bill. And all these women were behind them clapping like seals. They were actually enthusiastic about the ability to kill their child. If you do not understand how far our society has fallen into the pits of hell, and you want to have a more kumbaya feeling, and you don't want to go see somebody like me that's going to tell you how it is, I'm not arguing about my feelings and your feelings. I'm just saying this is what they're doing. You can't dispute it. This is what they're clapping. They're doing celebrations. They're building businesses in Planned Parenthood to kill the babies at 34 weeks. Don't think for a second they don't have a problem killing the baby in the vaginal canal. So let's just get past that too. It's beyond 34 weeks. We know that. But right now we're going to stick with that. This is just the truth, people. I saw this. I posted this on my X. Can you please pull this up, this cartoon of the abortion clinic? And this is exactly what's happening to America. On the upper one is the average American, white, Hispanic, and they're killing their babies. The maternity clinic is all of your third worlders that we brought in under Joe Biden, and the 22 million we brought in prior to Joe Biden. So the 50 million depicted in this cartoon are having babies ad nauseum. They're reproducing like rabbits, and they will outnumber us all because we, particularly the white and black Americans, love to kill their children. We are demonic. You can take that off, Nick. I hate that. I hate that topic. I saw a video. Let me tell you this story. This commercial I saw, and then I want to talk about another sponsor. I saw this video, this commercial, excuse me. It has to be 10 years old, 15 years old. And what it was a brownstone. Like you've seen the brownstone stoops like in Washington, D.C. or maybe Chicago, New York, where you have, like the row houses, but they're made of brick and they have the big staircase leading up to their house. And on this, and there was just soft music being played. That's it. Okay. So you're looking at a brownstone, a brick brownstone, and there must have been 30 kids from like, they're all 30 kids aging from like 5 to 10. 5 to 10. 30 of them. All colors. Nobody cares about race. That's the truth. All races, ethnicities, everything. 30. And this commercial lasted about maybe 30 seconds. And every moment, another kid disappeared. And then another kid disappeared. And now we had 20 kids. Then we had 15, 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then the brownstone steps were empty. There was no one on there. And the tag was abortion kills lives. You just snuffed out those 30 children, those 30 beautiful children. This topic makes me truly feel as if nothing is going to fix our nation, that we're too far gone, that the only thing that would fix our nation is Jesus coming back to earth, or a massive repentance of our sins. But in order to repent of your sins, there has to be acknowledgement that you've been committing sin. And I don't see that acknowledgement of sin in this bigger picture of our population. I don't see it happening. I see it getting worse. And that is disturbing. There's no good way to segue into like a sponsor. I'm just going to tell you to please go to sat123.com/JJ. Sat123.com. Think about getting a sat phone. We talked about the POC 1 Ultra. I have in my glove box, I have my sat123.com sat phone. In my cup holder, I have my POC Ultra, and I have my cell phone. I don't think that's overkill. I just think that's being smart. I just think it's being smart. I can communicate with my family. We live in Tornado Alley. We have a society that's cratering. We have 200,000 plus special interest aliens allowed in our country in the last four years under Joe Biden. Those are terrorists. We have another 100,000+ PLA soldiers. We have millions. Let me make sure you hear this clearly. We have millions of criminal rapists, murderers, pedophiles, drug dealers, gang members, assaults, those type of savages brought into our country from across the globe. We have our own homegrown insanity from the LGBT transition team. My son has a ballistic backpack. He goes to school with it every single day. Nobody knows that it has a ballistic backpack. It looks completely normal, but he has it. I hate that I'm having to talk like this. I hate the state of the world. I do. I wish I was talking to you today about an absolute massive Christian revival, a nationalistic revival in America for patriotism. But I'm not going to sit here and BS you. I look at a nation that's balkanized. I see a nation that is secular. I see a nation that's killing their babies. I see a nation I see a nation that is falling.